Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Snow White again, because why not? Why not? So it's interesting. We didn't watch the Oscars.
No, but I knew about this, and that was like a week ago.
It's been like a week. And this might explain, because we've been talking lately about how in the UK, they're not going to do a premiere for Snow White.
But they are doing one in Japan, which is weird, but okay.
Interesting. And they were saying that part of the reason they weren't going to do a premiere, or speculating, part of the reason they weren't going to do a premiere in the UK was because Rachel Zegler couldn't keep her mouth shut. But a lot of people are thinking it has something to do with the Israeli-Palestinian issue. Mm-hmm. We'll just call it an issue. And more than a kerfuffle. But yeah, there's a huge issue.
It's a community joke, but yes, go ahead.
And they're afraid that, there are going to be protesters showing up and all that because Gal Gadot is Israeli and Rachel Zegler has made many pro-Palestinian comments. And apparently they did not look at each other at the Oscars. So I'm not sure exactly where they're at relationship-wise, but I can't think Gal Gadot is real happy with her.
Well, I did notice that when they're walking out, I mean, part of it, like people said, well, Gadot's taller and stuff. And I'm like, yes, but you're taller than me and I have to keep up with you. And I don't look like I'm clomping on my way out there trying to race you to the microphone.
Yeah, I think she probably wanted to get out and get it over with. And
maybe her dress is going to fall off the whole way because it looks like it's going to fall off.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of talk because she's been making some comments the last couple of days now about anti-Semitism being on the rise and whatever. And this is coming after the Oscars. And unfortunately, this is going to be yet another black cloud hanging over this movie.
Well, they already said that, the pro-Palestine people were going to boycott it. They might boycott, the Israeli people might boycott it too because they're mad at Zegler.
Everybody just boycotts this movie because nobody... Because this is the thing, right? You wade into politics and you have a movie coming out. It's absolutely going to affect your box office. So we're gonna. I wonder what the dwarves where they stand on certain hot button issues.
Not very high.
Not very high. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Go out to Substack. Make sure you sign up for notifications if you are not getting them on YouTube. It's very hit or miss whether or not YouTube sends notifications anymore. Their whole algorithm has changed. But if you want notifications, go out to Substack, clownfishtv.substack.com. So yeah, we'll talk real quick about where the movie's at because everybody wants the daily dish on the Snow White movie, which everybody's gonna
be out soon.
Everybody's gonna forget about this movie a week after it comes out.
I don't think a week after. Give it a year.
A year. I forgot, we were going through the other day and listing off all the live action Disney movies. I'm I forgot that one existed and I forgot that one existed. And oh my God, Pinocchio. Yeah. How could I forget that? Because
you never watched it. We never watched it.
It sucked, but I forgot it existed.
True.
So, nobody talks about it. They talked about it for a week. Oh yeah. The Peter Pan movie.
I'm sorry. Peter Pan and Wendy.
Yeah. Mostly Wendy. Peter Pan was the sidekick. So yeah, Hollywood Reporter's got that's tracking for $53 million opening. That's where it's kind of at right now. I'm not seeing a lot of updates on that. And I kind of think that they're trying real hard not to give day by day data on it. But 53 million is not great. It's not for a movie that was this expensive. And especially after, some of the other live action adaptations did so damn well. It's got a lot of problems, right? But let's talk about this because we missed it. I didn't know. You said you knew about it.
I knew about it.
Why didn't you tell me?
No, I didn't know they didn't look at each other, but I knew that I wasn't paying attention to that. I was paying attention. I was distracted by Zegler's clump on the way to the microphone. She just looks like somebody that's trying. You ever see people were trying to race each other to the door? That's what it reminded me of. That she was trying to walk really fast to race each other to the door, and Gal Gadot just kept walking regally and just kept consistent pace, but Zegler's clonk, 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 trying to beat her to the microphone.
Clydesdale.
I don't know. And I was just what are you walking like that for?
She's probably I just want to get this over with. I hate her. It's really awkward to have this conversation when, again, she's constantly going on. Now, they did this movie or filmed the movie, I think, before the the kerfuffle, as you
So
called
back
it,
when
began.
they had the D23 Expo where Zegler kept having diarrhea of the mouth and making everybody hate the movie before it even really got going. They were much closer then. She was like, they were interviewing and Gal Gadot was like smiling at her the whole time and they were very engaged with each other. And
Yeah, look at
apparently
this.
at the ceremony, people are saying, I didn't pay attention to it, so I can't say. They're saying that they didn't even like seem to interact with each other, which they usually do
I
in
love
other
this.
interviews.
Yeah, because they were hugging each other and they're just like whatever. Soap Central, soapcentral.com. Oh, Oscars, you are messy. We'll go out and look at some of those reactions. But this was the Irish Star. Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot didn't even look at each other while presenting at the Oscars amid feud. They said there's a few. It's probably just awkward.
Well, they also know that, everybody called it out when Zegler was making the poster, but that's not going to make Gal Gadot happy. And they usually do interact with each other, but maybe there's a reason, who knows, but,
Yeah, they said that, they were always together.
And they always seemed like they were really kind of close, and they're always like, Gal Gadot always was like smiling down on her and stuff like that. She's really tall compared to her.
Yeah. Well, she's Wonder Woman, right? They said
my Wonder Woman, damn it.
She is actually. We said before they're going to keep one person from the DCEU. It should be Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. But they said since their initial press tour where they were kind of hugging each other and smiling at each other, they said speculation about their interpersonal relationship ensued among fans. Body language expert Judy James told the Irish Star that at the Oscars, not much bound the two together. She said these two women effectively came out on stage separately.
Pretty much. Like I said, Zegler looks like she's trying to beat her to the microphone.
Walk-ons normally involved hand-holding or subtler tie signs or exchanges, but Rachel marched out ahead with her arms swinging while Gal clutched at her fuller skirt. Yeah, this could be part of the reason why they're cutting back on the tour, because they're like, these two are going to go at each other.
Well,
there are going to be some issues.
Didn't you do a video on the fact that they're going to now start putting in that you have to scrub your your Twitter and stuff before awards and stuff because Rachel Zegler's behavior and the person from
Amelia Perez.
No,
yeah, that was wild because I didn't really follow that, but the trans actress of Amelia Perez, and I forget her name off the top of my head, but like, people were like, wow, really based. Yeah, there were some hot takes on their social media. It was like, wow.
Right. So I'm saying, is that like another reason? Because, they need to muzzle these people because Zegler cannot keep her mouth shut?
Well, that's it. That's what they were saying. One of the Hollywood papers said basically because of all the drama lately, and you can tie box office failure in a lot of cases to actors or actresses going rogue and saying stupid shit, or directors, going attacking fans and all this stuff. And it's like, you can definitely see that it hits them at the box office. So they're gonna be like, if you're promoting a movie or promoting an award or something, or trying to win an Oscar, you're gonna scrub your social media because you probably said something stupid that's gonna cost us the award or millions of dollars. So this body language expert further recognized the duo's mega height difference might contribute to the lack of glances, but also point out that Rachel performed a closed lip beam. Closed lip beam with her head held back while Gal spoke, fiddling with her nails during the second piece. Gal looked away and down and only quickly turned her head to glance once at her co-star. So they weren't even looking. And then you compare that to Cynthia Riva and Ariana Grande, and they're always like touching and feeling each other. It's like they continued to give no signals between each other as the awards were handed out. They stood with a reasonably large spatial gap between them, pulling very different body language poses. Gal even walked quickly off stage ahead of Rachel, who paired off with one of the winners. Fans backed up Judy's thoughts. You can tell they hate each other, said one user on X.
They didn't used to. If you saw the interviews with them back at D23, it was like that. Like they were always like together. And it was not until either it could have been because Zegler kept shooting her mouth off before that, and they were worried it was going to tank the movie. But it really didn't get bad until after her comments about the Palestine comments.
Yeah, because they're definitely on opposite sides of the spectrum there, and Gal Gadot's been just as of this week going out there and talking about the rise in anti-Semitism. And
the thing is, it's not like I'd say usually you could like separate yourself from that because you could have different opinions, except the fact that she's actually like Israeli. It's not like,
Right.
Zegler's not, Palestinian.
Yeah, that is very fair. And Gal Gadot, I mean, she fought in the military, and she was, so yeah.
I mean, that would be why they probably can't separate it, at least somewhat, in this instance.
I said neither actress has publicly expressed their potential divide. Rachel did speak as to why she felt moved to speak up about the crisis in Gaza. She told Variety, "I can't watch children die. I don't think that should be a hot take. I'm only responsible for what I feel."
You know what? Except I'm not going to get into it, but there's lots of kids that died across both sides. But whatever.
People were asking me and on Twitter, and they're like, "Which side are you on? You have to give a."
You don't have to give anything.
I said I'm on whichever side doesn't kill kids. That's the side I'm on. Yeah, that's a mess. It's a mess. I'm not even gonna look. We're pop culture commentators. Like this is above and beyond our pay grade. But Gal Gadot,
job to tell you guys what to think about it. But I'm just saying, in this case, the reason Gadot might be so upset is because she's legitimately Israeli. So she already clearly has a side. Situation.
I mean, that was a given, right? So now people are like, look at that fake ass. I mean, you can tell. Look at that. That's just not.
Yeah, I've seen the video. I wasn't catching they weren't looking at each other, but
yeah, I didn't even know that either. I mean, you were making fun of. I remember you were kind of making fun of her dress, like somebody needs to hike up. Her
no, I'm
dress
like that thing's gonna fall off of her. She needs straps or something. No, but I was mostly making fun of her walk on the way out because it literally looks like a video with two people trying to run to the door and then they're gonna fight each other in the doorway, and that's like to see who gets through first. That's what it reminded me of. At least with Zegler, Gadot just kept walking like regally and straight ahead at a steady pace.
Yeah, and then they didn't leave together, and usually they leave together, right? When they
might go with the winners and all walk off together, or something like that.
So this might partially explain why they're not doing a premiere in the UK, because it's really loaded over there, and it might be like, we don't.
I don't know. They're going to Japan, but I've only seen Zegler in the pictures. I didn't see if Gadot was there though.
She might not go. She might be like, you know what? I don't want to deal with it. I don't know.
They might have made a deal with her. She doesn't have to, other than a couple appearances. Who knows?
That could be. But yeah, they said they haven't talked about it. Let's see where here are some of the social. This is on Instagram. Messi had put those two presenting. Yikes! Yeah. You could tell they didn't want to present together. When the villain looks better than the princess, she's classy. You could tell they hate each other. Her face says everything. Yeah, she's annoyed. She's annoyed by her. I can tell. Nobody's gonna watch this version of Snow White. Who's the most fairest of them all? Thanks to one of them who is a Gen Z, this movie will flop. There's tension there. Yeah, I mean, look, it's going to come and go. It's going to make what it's going to make. I just think it's very interesting because she usually does not get weird with her co-stars. I know when they did I think it was The Flash, or they were promoting Justice League. They were promoting, she wasn't it. They were promoting Justice League, and she was sitting next to Ezra Miller. And she was just, poise and confidence and classy. And Ezra Miller was like a freaking 8-year-old with ADHD that had like 8 boxes of cereal. Yeah. And was just like bouncing off the wall. And she's kind of like trying real hard to be like, oh my God, I can't stand this guy.
But even then, I think she seemed less annoyed.
She kind of smiled and was like, okay, all right. I just have to get through this. I just have to get through it. But yeah, you could tell she was not. She's probably... under contractual obligation, they probably made all the arrangements because the movie was coming out soon. They use it to promote the movies, but she wasn't into it. You could tell she wasn't into it. But I don't know. There we go. There's the hot goss.
It's not really hot. It's like this happened like a week ago.
It's lukewarm goss.
Notice it.
There's the room temperature. The room temperature gossip. It's just going to be very interesting to see if this has any effect whatsoever on the movie. And this could be another reason why Disney's like, we're just getting out of politics because it's not good for business. We're gonna wrap this up.
Yep.
Please subscribe. We'll talk later.
Bye.